Hello guys. Very exciting time. It's not only because it's Christmas, but also because Rotate MD-88 has been released. Why we were so excited about it? Well, the main reason we were excited because Rotate did a very good marketing campaign by releasing screenshots, and by the way, amazing screenshots of Rotate MD-80. The textures, all those weather textures, they looked absolutely amazing. But while we were excited about all the aesthetics of the airplane, what we didn't ask ourselves is, at least one day before, is this plane any good? So that's why we're here to answer this question. So stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, let's talk about the design. The visuals are pretty outstanding. That's why we have fallen for this aircraft in the first place. Aircraft is nicely modeled, has plenty of details as you would expect. But the most impressive part are the textures, which are arguably the best textures of any aircraft on X-plane. Rotate managed to achieve this retro look with the help of weather textures and exquisite liveries. You are able to see the areas where they were worn off the most, especially under the wing and between fuselage and the engines. Also, the wings were modeled beautifully. Rotate created a curvature between the tip and the wide part of the wing. During the flight, we can see a wing flex which adds to the immersion of the sim. A fairly unique design decision was to implement outer stairs on the side of the airplane and at the back. When they are deployed, the aircraft looks stunning. The passenger cabin is fairly basic, but there's nothing to complain about. It is there, and that's a good thing. Cockpit, on the other hand, is a nice place to be. It's spacious, very three-dimensional and surprisingly cozy. Partially it is due to the dark color scheme, which is fairly uncommon in other aircrafts, presumably because of health and safety reasons. The weathered look has been applied here as well, whether you can see wear and tear on the yoke, instruments glass, windshield glass. Most of the details are modeled to a perfection. Only some unfinished parts are left in the basic shape and texturing. For example, a weather radar display and overhead panel, probably arguably the weakest part from a statics point of view. A cockpit side window opening mechanism is beautifully modeled. Now I just wish we were able to open that window, and as of now, in version 1.0, this is a static window. Navigational display is beautiful. It can display airports, nav aids, data. It displays estimated time of arrival to nav points, which is great. I just wish that ND screen was bigger, because it's lots of data to fit in and it can get quite crowded. Overall, I cannot fault the visuals representation of the cockpit. Besides the overhead panel, the rest is absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's take a look at the sounds. All warning sounds are beautifully simulated. Authentic sounds are transmitted during every warning, which is great.
Stabilizer.
Most of the knobs have noise simulated as well, but not all of them. A few then not working. 3D sound is very good indeed. Sounds are mapped so you get different engine sound in the cockpit, next to the wing, in the cabin, and next to the engines. This is beautiful. A bit of a warning, you don't want to sit next to the engines on a real plane. Why? Because it's fairly quiet in the cockpit, which is located furthest from the engines, and it is really loud if you sit next to the engines. Outside engine noise is decent, but I don't think it is complete. Overall soundscape is rich, but there's something missing which I can't put my finger on. Probably because we are spoiled by Blue Sky Simulation's sounds pack for JAD Design A320.
Another Nick No Banger.
Okay, so the lights are not that great. One of the weaker parts of the aircraft. Some light, positional light, wrong color. The way it's visually presented, it's just very basic. It's just been put there and it's there and doesn't look great. Wing lights supposed to, well, they are 3D modeled when they come out, but they don't look great. So hopefully it's going to be fixed by developers. Let's take a look at systems and find out, is it a study level aircraft? First of all, let's take a look what's been implemented in this aircraft. We got custom MCDU, which is very close to original. It's got beautiful ND, everything's great. But here's an issue, aircraft systems are not complete yet. So that's the biggest problem. Let's take a look at the overhead panel and find out how many knobs and switches don't work. Here we go. Okay, another thing is IRS alignment is shortened to only 30 seconds instead of being 7 to 10 minutes. Looks like it's developers' conscious decision to make sure you hop on this aircraft fairly quickly and fly, which is, in my case, that's not what I want. The aircraft has no TCAS, which is not a big deal for me. Currently, the directive function is buggy, or otherwise known as not working. But the good news is that it meant to work so it will be fixed in the future. What's not so good is that program, hold and fix buttons are not operational on MCDU. I'm not sure whether functionality will be implemented in the future, so that's an issue. Navigational database update requires a manual install, and it can be tricky for some, but the database it comes with, it's okay. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are unable to power the aircraft with ground power unit just because in order to connect ground power unit it requires for MCDU to be powered, where you can access GPU through a special menu, aircraft menu. So it's kinda what was the first day I got the check-in situation. Hopefully in the future they implement a shortcut menu which doesn't require will allow GPU to be connected before aircrafts powered with battery and APU. So the question, is it a study level aircraft? The question is more not whether it is a study level sim, but rather is it completed? And the answer is resounding no. Now that the beauty part is sorted, it's time for Rotate to finish the systems. If Rotate wants to make the aircraft more accessible, they should implement the way JAR designed it by adding a hot start button. For everybody else, please give us 7-10 minutes for IRS to be aligned, as all we want is a replica of a real aircraft, and considering the price, which by the way is really high, you can, for that price, you can buy a whole X-plane for this price. And considering the price, I believe that's a valid request. There's another aircraft, MD-80 is coming from another developer, ATS, but that aircraft will come out only second quarter of next year, so there's quite a long way away. So this airplane a game changer for X-plane? I would say no, but in terms of visual fidelity, in terms of visual representation and 3D modeling, amount of detailing, probably it's not game changing, but it's setting a very good standard for upcoming aircrafts in terms of amount of details, the modeling of details and texturing, and the visual part has been sorted. Now need to just finish systems part. So thank you very much for this time, and see you hopefully next time looking at IXEG737. So see you soon. Bye bye.